Greg, it finished 3-1, but for the majority of that game, the teams were quite evenly matched.
Yeah, and it was a game that was quite a physical game. A lot of collisions and playing for territory, picking up second balls and things like that. But considering the age of the team that we had on, I think we stood up to that really well. Going by Airdrie's team, I think they had probably 4 or 5 guys that were on the bench for their first team at the weekend. So these guys that will be involved with their first team, going by their profile, big, strong, physical. So our boys had to stand up to that, and I'm just glad in the end, our quality came through and we won the game.
I think in the first half, both teams were quite intense and they wanted to attack quite quickly. Do you think that maybe they could have benefited from slowing down at times?
Yeah, and I think that's usually kind of typical of us, that we'll have that element of control, but in terms of where the space was on the pitch and both teams kind of constantly counter-attacking on each other, it was kind of crying out for that, and that was kind of the message that I said at half-time, was that in terms of the game being at a high tempo, who's going to be that one that's going to have that bit of awareness to calm the game down, use their brain, be intelligent. And I think when we made subs in the second half, the subs that came on showed that as well. But I think that's probably the main reason why we did come into the game so much, control the game and end up winning it.
Yeah, I think there maybe was a slower pace second half, and obviously towards the end there they got their reward for their battling with the 2 goals to seal it.
Yeah, and I think that's probably a coincidence in terms of the physical output that they put in, taking the toll on the game slowing down. But again, that probably suits us in terms of the players we've got on the pitch. And again, the two goals, I think, touching on the second goal, it's so pleasing that Spuddy, who's still an under-17s player, we bring him out of school, and he's set up by his pal who he's played with for years and years now, Ryan. And I'm pretty convinced, I can just see it happening in front of me now, is that Ryan comes inside off the right hand side, plays a reverse pass through to Spuddy, who eventually dinks over the goalie. And that's probably something that academy coaches have seen for the last 4 or 5 years now, with them two playing together. And also touching on Travis, Ryan, Charlie, Spuddy being the 09s, born 2009, for Ethan Flynn as well to come into the group, who's still an under-16s player, born 2010. He got a good half an hour under his belt and shown what he could do as well, so that's really pleasing as well.
I'll mention Rudy Lynch as well. He had a few good saves.
To say the least. Yeah. To say the least, I think we had 2 in the first half that I think they're match-winning saves. There's one from close range when the guy gets down the side 1v1, and then the one that's going top corner as well, outstanding save. And then the one at the second half, I think we've seen everyone had their heart in their mouth there when he dives at the feet and takes a hit, but that's Rudy. And at the end of the day, we've just touched on in the dressing room there that we've got our goalkeeper to thank, that we've had the opportunity to go and win the game.